I had a dream about finding a lost wallet, and then found one in the exact same spot. No, really. Okay, so let me preface this by saying I'm not psychic. I forget where my own phone is like 6 times a day. I once spent 10 minutes looking for my sunglasses while they were literally on my face. So don't come at me with, maybe you have a gift, energy. I'm barely functioning on regular adult levels. But this dream? 2F*C King specific. So about a year ago, I have this dream. It's nothing super dramatic, no angels, no music swelling in the background. I'm just walking through this back parking lot behind a grocery store. It's gross. The kind of place with cracked pavement, busted light poles, and 2 shopping carts that look like they've been in a fistfight. There's always some weird trash blowing around, like an old Wendy's bag doing the tumbleweed shuffle. I'm walking toward my car, which is parked jankily over the line, obviously. And I notice something black half stuck under one of those cement bumper things. You know, the gray parking blocks everyone trips over. I bend down, and I pull out a wallet. In the dream, it's beat up black leather. Thick. Feels weirdly heavy. I open it. It's packed. Stupid amount of cash. Not just 20s, like hundreds. Euros. Pesos. Canadian money. One bill that I swear was Monopoly pink. There's a bunch of random ass cards, too. Gym memberships, library cards, maybe something in Russian? I don't know. But no ID. No driver's license. No name. Just this photo of a dog in a sombrero, tucked behind one of the bills. I remember thinking, why is this the only personal thing in here? Then I wake up, totally normal morning, except for the part where I'm like, why the hell do I remember that dog so clearly? I tell my roommate about it. She's like, your brain is fried, you need sleep, maybe lay off Taco Bell before bed. Fair, so I laugh it off. Weird dream, brain garbage, moving on, fast forward like 4 days. I'm driving across town to drop off this sketchy Craigslist coffee table. Yes, I survived. I'm in a part of the city I don't normally go to. I remember I need bread, so I stop at this random-ass grocery store I've maybe been to once in my life. And for no reason at all, I park in the back. You know, the sketchy, why are you even back here, side lot. I get out, start walking toward the store, and then I see it. A little flash of black. Under the same kind of cement parking block. In the same angle, with the same broken cart 3 feet away. Same fast food trash flapping in the wind like it's in a sad indie film. And I'm like, no way. No, shut the hell up. I walk over, kneel down, reach under, pull out a wallet, same feel, same worn leather, not identical, but so damn close my stomach actually dropped. I open it, it's not packed with cash like in the dream, but there's a decent stack of small bills. 5s, 10s, some crumpled receipts. And right there, no ID, no license, no name, but tucked behind a bill, a photo of a dog. Not in a sombrero, but still, a goofy golden retriever with a tilted head and its tongue sticking out. Just, why? I just stood there in the middle of the lot holding this wallet like, is this a prank? Am I in a simulation? Is this the Truman Show? I walked into the store, handed it to the customer service lady like I'd just disarmed a bomb. She gave me a clipboard and I wrote my name like I was signing up for the FBI. I couldn't stop side-eyeing the parking lot on the way out, like something else was gonna pop out of dreamland next. That night, I told my brother. His response? You manifested that wallet, bro. Me? Okay, cool. If I can manifest money, why haven't I accidentally dreamed up a Lambo yet? It hasn't happened again, but now every time I see something out of the corner of my eye while parking, a weird bag, a shadow, a crumpled sock or whatever, my brain goes, check it. It's probably the next chapter. And look, maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe I saw something once and my brain just glued it into dream logic. But also, maybe dreams are just low-res previews of sh*t that hasn't rendered yet. All I know is, next time I dream about finding gold bars or a hot stranger handing me their number, I'm gonna wake up, put on pants, and go looking. Just in case. I dreamed I was pregnant, brushed it off, then screamed in Walgreens 3 days later. Alright, so I'm not the kind of person who writes dreams in a notebook and stares at the moon asking for signs. Most of my dreams are just brain static. Nonsense. The last one before this involved a Subway sandwich coming to life and yelling at me for cheating on it with Quiznos. That's where my head's usually at. So when I had this pregnancy dream, I was like, okay, weird. Next. But oh no, not next. Not this time. So the dream. I'm in a Target. Classic red cart, fluorescent light, Michael Bublé playing overhead type vibe. And I'm very pregnant. Like third trimester, feet swollen, doing that side waddle pregnant. I'm wearing some stretchy ass tank top and capri leggings that look like they've given up on life. One of my flip-flops keeps falling off. I've got a pint of cookie dough in one hand and a jar of dill pickles in the other like I'm on a mission. And I'm pissed. Because the freezer section is out of mint chip ice cream. I literally yell at the shelf, "You had one job." A kid walks by and points at my belly and goes, "There's a baby in there." And I'm like, yeah, and she's also mad about the ice cream. Then I feel a kick. Like full-on baby kung fu from the inside. And I wake up, no fade out, just snap. I'm upright in bed, sweaty, breathing weird, and low-key ready to punch someone. My hands on my stomach like I'm expecting to feel a foot or something. I go to the bathroom, splash water on my face, and stare at myself in the mirror like, get it together, Jessica. You're not pregnant, you're just dramatic, right? Well, next couple days, I'm just off. I'm tired, like, stupid tired, like, fall asleep halfway through folding a towel, tired. My boobs are sore, I'm moody, everything smells weird, even my shampoo starts making me gag. Coffee tastes like hot pennies. And I'm getting these tiny cramps that feel almost like PMS but, not quite. Still, I'm like, nope. I'm on the pill, chill, but this little voice in the back of my skull won't shut up. The one that goes, hey, remember that Target baby dream? And I'm like, shut up. But she doesn't. So one night, I'm at Walgreens, in pajamas, hoodie over my head, looking like a suspect. I grab the cheapest box of pregnancy tests, the kind where the font on the box looks like it was printed in Microsoft Word. The cashier doesn't even blink. Respect. I go home, pee on it, toss it on the sink. Start scrolling TikTok like everything's fine. 2 minutes later, I glance down. 2 pink lines. I just stare, blink, say out loud, "Are you fucking serious right now?" I laugh. Not cute girl in a rom-com laugh. Like broken robot laugh. I take the second test. Same result. I'm like, cool. Call my best friend. Me, dude, remember that dream? Her, what did you do? Me, I'm pregnant. Her, screaming into the phone like she's watching a horror movie. Me, I know. Next day I book blood work. 2 days later, confirmed. 5 weeks pregnant. The dream came before anything. Before the missed period. Before I even felt a hint of something being off. Just a dumb, vivid, hyper-specific Target nightmare with a kicking baby and frozen dessert trauma. And now here we are. I'm 11 weeks in. I've cried over a dog food commercial, eaten cereal out of a measuring cup because all the bowls were dirty, and one already hate every maternity bra in existence. And yes, I told my doctor about the dream. She laughed so hard she dropped her pen. Said, maybe your subconscious wanted to soft launch the news. Honestly, maybe. But now anytime someone tells me, dreams don't mean anything, I just point to my belly like, you sure about that? Also, Dream Me had excellent taste. Target over Walmart, she knew what was up. And for those wondering, yeah, I finally got my damn mint chip. Real life me cried while eating it. I dreamed about a car crash, then saw the exact same car, crashed, in the same spot. I've never told anyone this. Not because I'm afraid they won't believe me, I don't even think it's unbelievable. It's just, no one wants to hear about shit like this. It sits weird in your gut. You hear a story like this and either you shrug it off or you start checking over your shoulder. It happened 5 years ago, and I still think about it more than I'd like to admit. It started with a dream. Just one night, nothing out of the ordinary before it. I wasn't sick, I wasn't stressed, I hadn't watched any Final Destination type crap. I was just tired, passed out on the couch. And then, bang, in the dream, I'm driving at night. Some back road, no streetlights, just my headlights cutting through the dark. I'm alone, no music, just the low hum of the engine. It's raining, not hard, but steady. I remember the wiper blades moving back and forth like a metronome. I see a red sedan up ahead. Older model. broken tail light, it's weaving a little, like the driver's tired or distracted. And then, it veers. Swerves too hard. Flips. I watch it flip 3 times. End over end, metal twisting, sparks, then silence. I pull over, get out, run toward the wreck. My shoes sink into the wet dirt. I can't breathe. I don't know why I'm panicking so hard. I didn't crash, I'm fine. But I feel like I know the person inside that car. I get to the wreck. Smoke, blood on the windshield, and then I wake up. No build-up, no slow return to reality. Just, boom, back on the couch, heart pounding like I ran a mile. I sat up, tried to shake it off. It was so vivid, the kind of dream that feels lived. I even remember what song was faintly playing on the car radio in the dream, Dust in the Wind. That was the detail that really fucked me up. I told myself it was just stress. I had work the next morning, so I went on autopilot. Coffee, keys, out the door. Now, here's where it gets messed up. On my way to work, I take this 2-lane back road, less traffic, faster. Been using it for years. It cuts through some trees, dips into a valley, loops back up. Speed limit's like 50 but everyone does 70. And that morning, about 10 minutes into the drive, traffic's at a dead stop. Lights flashing up ahead, I see 2 cop cars, an ambulance, and a tow truck backing up to a ditch. I roll past slowly when they wave us through. It's a red sedan, older model, broken tail light, upside down in the grass, crumpled in on itself like a beer can. 3 rolls, tire still spinning. I almost threw up in my car. Same spot as the dream. Same exact stretch of road. I don't know if it was the same car, same driver, same night. There was no way to check. The news didn't say much. Just minor crash, one taken to hospital, expected to recover. And I didn't know the driver. I'm sure of that, but that feeling, that you know them, it wouldn't go away. Here's what really gets me. I still take that road. Every damn day. And I flinch, every single time I pass that dip in the curve. Because I remember that dream. I remember the blood. I remember the way my feet sank into the wet ground. And the thing is, it hadn't rained that day. Or the night before. So where the hell did the mud come from? I'm not saying I predicted anything. But something about it doesn't sit right. It's like my brain saw something early. Like it caught a glitch in the timeline. And I can't unsee it. I dreamed about a stranger. Then saw him 3 months later at a random gas station outside Phoenix. I swear on everything. I'm not the kind of person who believes in dream interpretation, cosmic connections, soulmates, or whatever TikTok astrology is pushing this week. I'm not, woo. I don't own a tarot deck. I roll my eyes when people say, the universe is trying to tell me something. So why the hell do I still think about this dream I had 2 years ago? It was one night, nothing special about the day before. Just a boring, regular Thursday in Tucson. I had a microwaved burrito for dinner and passed out early. But the dream, it was vivid in a way that felt wrong. Too clear, too specific. I was sitting on a low stone wall outside some old motel. The sun was setting, the kind of orange-pink gradient you only get in Arizona. The air was dry and warm. And next to me was this guy. I knew I didn't know him. But in the dream, I felt like I'd known him my whole life. Like we had inside jokes and shared memories, even though I couldn't name one. He looked mid-20s, a little scruffy, dark brown curls tucked under a backwards baseball cap. Faded gray t-shirt, cargo pants, one sock higher than the other. He had a scar above his left eyebrow. Not big, but enough to notice. And we were just sitting there, talking about nothing, laughing like idiots. I remember the exact feeling of leaning sideways into him, bumping shoulders, and him saying something like, "You always find me when I'm trying to disappear." I woke up in this weird haze. I remember blinking at the ceiling fan, heart racing, completely disoriented, like I'd just stepped back from some other world. It wasn't romantic. It wasn't sexual. It was deep, intimate, and it didn't make sense. The dream stuck with me. Way longer than it should have. I even sketched him the next morning in my journal. I don't draw, but I didn't want to forget. I told exactly one person, my roommate Sadie, and she immediately said, "Girl, that was your past life husband or some shit." I rolled my eyes. But here's where shit gets weird. Fast forward 3 months. I'm driving with Sadie and her boyfriend from Tucson to Flagstaff for a weekend trip. It's a 5-hour drive, mostly long, straight highway with absolutely nothing in between but cacti, desert, and sketchy roadside stops. Around hour 3, we pull over at this run-down gas station. It's literally the only one for miles, somewhere off I-17, just outside Camp Verde. I go inside to pee and grab a Gatorade. I'm in line at the register, and then, he walks in. Same guy, same scar, same hat. I recognize the shirt. I recognize the fucking vibe. And my brain just shuts down. I go into this full body freeze like I've been unplugged from reality. He walks past me, glances my way like I'm any other stranger. And I must have made some kind of noise, like a breath caught in my throat, because he pauses. Looks back. You okay? I just nod, my mouth is dry, my hands are shaking. He pays for his stuff, heads back out to his truck. And Sadie comes up behind me like, what the hell just happened? You look like you saw a ghost. I whisper, that's the guy. From the dream. She literally says, shut the fuck up. We both rush outside, but his truck's already pulling out. He drives off like any normal person who just bought beef jerky and gas. I never saw him again. Didn't get his name. Didn't say a word, but I think about him all the time. Not in a creepy, I'm gonna stalk him, way. Just in this quiet, weird part of my brain that keeps asking, what the hell was that? It wasn't fate, I don't believe in that. But it felt like, something. Some kind of glitch. Like the universe accidentally copied a face from my REM cycle and pasted it into real life, and I wasn't supposed to notice. But I did, and now I can't forget it. So I had this random ass dream where a girl gave me a real address. I checked. It's real. What the hell? Alright, so, this isn't life-changing or whatever, but it's been stuck in my head for weeks, and I just need to put it out there because I genuinely don't know what to make of it. This all started like 2.5 weeks ago. I had this dream, not scary, not sexy, not anything wild, just weirdly specific. In the dream, I'm walking through a little town. Not a place I recognize at all. It had small shops, red brick sidewalks, old trees, kinda fall vibe weather, light jacket type temperature. And I'm just wandering around like I live there or something. No plot, no stress. I see this girl sitting alone on a bench near some coffee shop. She's wearing a flannel shirt and Converse, just sipping a drink and watching people walk by. She looks up at me and goes, hey. I stop and say hey back, because I don't know what else to do. It's a dream, right? But it feels so casual. Like I've known her for years. Like this is just a Tuesday. She pats the bench. I sit. We talk. I don't remember what about. I just remember that it felt normal, in that dream way where you accept everything even when it doesn't make sense. But here's the thing. At the end of the dream, she grabs my arm, real serious all of a sudden, and says, when you wake up, write this down, 1417 North Maple Street. I go, huh? She's like, don't forget. Seriously. Boom. I wake up. No transition, no fading out. 1 second I'm on the bench, the next I'm staring at my bedroom ceiling like I just got dropped back into my body. And I remember the address. Instantly. Which is weird, because I never remember addresses. I don't even know my cousin's zip code. But this one? Crystal clear. So I get up, still kinda half asleep, grab a receipt off my nightstand, and write it down, 1417 North Maple Street. I'm like, okay, that was weird, time to go back to bed. But I don't, I'm sitting there like, what if this is a real address? So I Google it, and yeah, it's real, 1417 North Maple Street. Fort Collins, Colorado. I live in San Diego. I've never been to Colorado. I don't know a single soul there. But not only is the address real, it's a residential house. Normal neighborhood. And, across the street, a local coffee shop. It's called the Mug Tree. And bro, it has the exact same green awning I saw in my dream. I just sat there staring at Google Street View like, bro what? Same window decal, same bench, even the same weird crack in the sidewalk leading up to the door. Like how the hell does that happen? Now, I know someone's gonna say, oh well maybe your brain saw it on the internet before and recycled it in a dream, which, yeah, maybe. But I have never Googled Fort Collins in my life. Never heard of that cafe. I literally had to zoom out on the map to even figure out where in Colorado it is. Anyway, I spent like an hour that morning zooming around on Street View, looking at the house, the bench, everything. It all looked normal. Just painfully normal, like it shouldn't be making my head spin, but it is. After that morning, I tried to let it go. Like, cool weird dream, fun Google moment, move on. But of course I didn't. My brain's annoying like that. You ever get a song stuck in your head? Now imagine it's an address. For a few days I'd randomly type it into Google again. Not even to look it up, just to make sure it was still there. As if the dream would vanish and take the address with it. But nah, it stayed. Same house, same coffee shop, same green awning. I even looked up Zillow info on the house. I know, dumb, but I was like, what if someone I know lived there? Nope, totally normal family. 2 kids, big dog, according to streak pics. Still, every few nights, I'd think about her. That girl from the bench. And this is gonna sound kinda pathetic, but I started hoping she'd show up again in another dream. She didn't. Instead, my brain gave me a bunch of random junk dreams. You know, melting teeth, being late for class, losing shoes in an airport. Nothing useful, nothing deep. At one point, I considered messaging the cafe on Instagram. Like, hey, random question, do y'all have a green awning? But that felt way too insane. I closed the app. Anyway, now I just keep this story in my back pocket. I've only told Reddit, no one in my life knows. It's not that I'm embarrassed, I just don't know what the hell to say. Like, what is the takeaway here? I dreamed about a girl I've never seen, who gave me a real address I'd never heard of, in a town I've never been to, and that address exists. Cool? Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's some freaky glitch in memory or brain crosswiring, or I saw something years ago and forgot. I've read enough Reddit to know that your brain saw it and stored it, theory. But still, that doesn't explain why I still think about it in the middle of the night. That doesn't explain why the second I typed that address, I already knew what it would look like. So yeah, if you're from Fort Collins and you know anyone who hangs around the mug tree, let me know if a girl in flannel ever talks about dreams. Until then, I'm just gonna keep casually spiraling in silence.